welcome. This is going to be the Divine Masculine check-in for fire signs. To save a little bit of time and memory, I've gone ahead and pulled our energy theme cards and this is for the full moon in Aquarius, which is building as we speak and should be at its peak tonight. This is August 3rd. It's full moon in Aquarius. The sun is in Leo. Mars is in Aries. We have a lot of energy going on. Saturn is still retrograde, and it's retrograde in Capricorn. So we're seeing a fair amount of karma really bearing down. And on the bottom of the deck for these cards that I pulled, we also have the soul retrieval card, the reclamation card. So these divine masculines with the sun moon rising in a fire sign, which is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, they're really they're calling themselves back, and that is calling them to you. And a lot of them are really healing root chakra and sacral chakra stuff going on. So you might notice either them talking about family stuff, mother stuff, security issues. There might even be fight or flight stuff going on. Some of them might be in a little bit of a battle or a war with the karmics around them, and some of them might reach out to you with a little bit more naughty and tantric messages. We'll see. So what I'm seeing here right now, so their theme for energy of what's going on is so this is funny. So they're noticing that there are a lot of people that seem to just be around them, milling around. They're not really doing anything. They're not really aware of the greater purpose of life. And they're looking at you and noticing that you're following something else. And they're starting to follow that. And they're getting into alignment with you, Divine Femme. And they already know. They know what the march is about over there, and they're tired of marching orders. They're ready to stop and wonder if maybe there are more fish on the other side of the tundra where they have not been to before. And they're kind of allowing old energies, old traumas, and things of that nature to go ahead and continue to march that direction. They're going to keep their eyes trained on you, and it looks like you've got your eyes trained on them, which could be good, or it could be a sign that you need to keep moving towards the light, because if their eyes are on you and your eyes are on them, they might stay locked in this situation a little bit longer. So make sure that you are paying attention to the cycles and following the light. Thankfully, it looks like whatever thing it is that you're supposed to do, just give yourself grace. Whatever it is that you do, whether it creates a delay or a speed up or anything, it's meant to happen. And this also came out for the water signs DMs too. So we're seeing a lot of death and transmutation and like butterfly moments, things like that. And again, so this is a very feminine figure here. So these masculines are noticing that your cup is filled, and it's not filled necessarily with them. I mean, obviously, you are still giving them your attention, but you're filled with something else. And that's because you're following your intuition, you're following your guiding light, you're letting your third eye, that's a very indigo purple color, you're letting your third eye guide you. And I think especially a lot of these divine masculines that have a lot of fire in them, they've likely been trying to give this image of like a pretty picture of, oh yes, you see, I march with everybody else and everything is just fine. And they've been giving you that image that things are going on. It might even be that some of them have been giving the image that this is them and the karmic that they're with, that everything is just fine. Let's see here. We even have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, the cycle's coming towards an end on that, and they're allowing that image to fall away because they're noticing you and you're filling yourself. A lot of you, like most of you, are not likely in your own either soulmate or karmic relationships. You're following your passion. You're doing what you should be doing, and they're noticing that is bringing a certain magic into play. And I think many of them have noticed over let's say since the last, when we had the full moon in Leo, when the sun was in Aquarius, since at least that time, so a good 6 months before now, they're noticing they have a little collection of things that Spirit has brought to them that are reminding them of you, and either an actual like 3D union relationship that you had, or they're noticing the connection, that otherworldly feeling that you have had relationships before. Either way, this is, they're, if they haven't already done that, they're doing that now. And they're noticing, the little things that you do or have always done that seem to bring a certain abundance in, a certain magic in, and they're starting to honor that, and they're starting to honor where they came from, and they're allowing the march that has always happened. This is a lot of sacral chakra energy in here too, to lead them into their own intuition and allowing that to heal old ancestral wounds and old traumas. And they're finding a certain grace for the people that brought them to where they are now. They're starting to kind of appreciate that that they didn't make mistakes, and that people didn't necessarily come in to hurt them per se, but to help them grow in some way. And that's bringing them a new sort of wealth. It's probably opening up even, yeah, I'm getting a big pull on that. It's opening up wealth at work. It's opening up wealth of spirit. They're starting to feel more sustained on their connection to spirit than they ever did following the crowd or worrying about the court of public opinion or being in karmic relationships. And the more that they feel that, the more they want to let this go and allow more ego death and layers to fall away and reconnect with spirit even more. And that as they do that, they continue to get here, where they're feeling and noticing that there's a whole different kind of wealth in life that maybe you've already been telling them about. Let's see. I want to get a little clarity on that South Abundance card there. Alright, what do we got here? Oh yeah. Yeah, 4 cups. Bored with that. and that abundance in that kind of sense, especially in the South and fiery sense, it's very likely to be materialism for these Leo, Aries, and Sag masculines. And look, see, the Leo card itself, and even, South is very Leo. They're bored of this. They're bored of this. They're bored of the same old march. And that boredom is driving them. It's driving them mad. It's kicking up their impulses. A lot of them, they want to be free, and I know a fair amount of them are likely in situations where their privacy is being violated and they're being spied on, and also they've been looking at you. I think this is the key one, is that they've been looking at you, and they're not feeling a joy in their life. They feel left out. A lot of them want to apologize for taking so darn long, for staying stuck in a commitment that you probably knew early on was not going to work. They want to come back to you, but they feel stuck. They're looking at the mess that they've made. They feel like slowpokes, and they recognize that they're not with you right now, and they worry that they've done this to you, that you're kind of stuck in this like single energy, and they're not sure what to say to you, that like they're afraid that you're going to be catty with them and say, I told you so, and that they're going to end up alone, like, which they recognize is not necessarily a bad thing anymore. Like, they do kind of need some of that time, but they're still worried. They know that they said some things that were really hurtful, and a lot of them that were with you before, they took that away when they left and jumped in with the karmics. They thought that it would be healing. It really wasn't. It was a lot of backstabbing. And that they thought that they would end up in feeling on top of the world and that they would have victory, but it just was a bunch of nightmares, a lot of codependency and addictions, and they're really feeling their karma. But they're getting ready to break free from it. They're noticing the lies and deception around them, how they're being held in victim mode. A lot of them are withholding money. And some of them are embracing kind of their own workaholic nature. And for those that aren't, this is communications that are coming. They're getting ready to speak up. They're gonna, some of them are gonna get bratty. Others of them are going to say the truth about somebody stealing from them. They're going to spirit, and they're looking to community. They want their family and their legacy. They're tired of feeling like trapped in between. This is probably also the third party situation. For some of them, there's more than one karmic available. It could be like a partner and a roommate, or this could be old friends and things like that. But they're recognizing that the way to get out of this is to follow their intuition and not to stare at what's right in front of them. Fair amount of them have been cheated on. They're tired of the games, and they're seeing the manipulation. They've spotted hidden enemies, and they also recognize that they have to they have to follow their intuition, and they have to recognize they're not going to see exactly where they're going to end up, but they're going to take that leap of faith because they're tired of being stuck. They're tired of waiting. They're ready to grow up, and they're done giving to people who are not grateful for it. They're willing to go back to where they started before these. A lot of these karmics came in. They knew before you, or were exes that have been coming in. They're ready to plant a new seed and to stop being narcissistic and vain. They want to offer you a lot, but they're worried that the karmics will come in and create some sort of drama. That I think a lot of them are starting to recognize actually that those karmics can come in and create drama, and it's not going to tip over your cup. But they're worried that it's going to tip over their reputation. But I think a fair amount of these fire sign DMs are recognizing, though, that no matter what, it's going to lead them to a certain maturity that is helping them feel like, you know what, it's okay. It's okay to feel a little raw, a little bit new. It's even okay to withdraw a little bit. Yeah. But they're pulling away from that. Let's see what... I think the death card's pretty obvious at this point. Let's look at this altar card. What is this honoring that they're going through right now? Ooh, popped out. Honoring. Okay. That one wanted to come out a couple of times. So, I think, for the most part, I think they're honoring you, Divine Femmes. You're manifesting what you want. You're being very heart forward. You are following your inner power. You're sitting there. You're following your intuition. You're protected by spirit. You're courageous, and you're growing this garden, and you're ruling over all of this, and you don't have somebody there that you need to help you, but you're waiting for them, clearly. And they're recognizing that. They're recognizing that they have been caught between several options that have just kept them stuck. And I think they're also starting to kind of honor a little bit of the magic in the telepathic communication. I'm seeing what we have on the bottom. We have the Hermit. They're going within. Look right on the bottom. There's the Empress. Before I start looking more, let's look in here. Yeah. High Priestess. There. Yeah. They're tired of the games. The karmics, they're seeing spirit is offering them multiple ways out. I think a fair amount of them that may have been staying in the situation because they thought that they would get some sort of justice or get their money back, or another card. Oh, I guess we had a couple that popped out. Yeah. They're tired of that situation, and they're seeing you in your light. Okay. Let's look at this offerings. What's this offerings? What are they? In fact, you know what? Wow, I don't even know why I didn't think about that. I think what I saw at first is wealth definitely applies, but offerings, I think that for those of you Divine Femmes who are called to this, these masculines, Sun, Moon, Rising with Aries, Leo and or Sag, they're going to offer something. Let's see. You know what? I feel strongly enough. They're offering something to you. What are they offering? It's either tomorrow or shortly after that. Wow. Right out there. Look at that. King of Cups. Mature man. Wheel of Fortune. I know I just saw in there too, you know what? I don't even remember what it was, so I guess it wasn't that important for you here on this one, but let's get one more card. So they're offering you themselves, it looks like. Yeah. Yeah. They're probably, I'm not necessarily seeing communication cards here. Let's look at what's going on here. It looks like what might be going on is that they're going to offer you kind of some communication about, you know, I'm gonna get my other deck. I think what it is that they're gonna ask for you to be patient, like that like Spirit has brought in some sort of changes, and they're taking it this time. They're listening to Spirit. And they're moving. They've already planted the seeds. This suggests that they already planted the seeds of this escape. And this is definitely a card of messages, but it might be messages that come in more about their finances, which they might be using to kind of give you an idea of what's going on. But let's find out. I'm gonna spread these out a little bit. Thank you, Spirit, for a little more. What is this King of Cups that they're offering? Oh. Oh, I'm not going to take all that many cards. Well, I guess, you know what? Maybe I will take these cards for right now. So, this is the Ace of Wands, Ace of Peppermills. They're offering you communication, and this, for a fair amount of them, they're going to be offering you, like, a physical connection, too. In fact, that makes much more sense with this earthiness. They might even be asking you to participate. For them, it might be them asking you to participate in kind of a tantric union so that they can get away from the karmic situation that they're in, kind of allowing it to create its own burden. And they're a little bit worried about rushing in at you like this. They're not sure that, because they don't have, the way they're still kind of looking at it is they don't have much to offer you. Their home or their money or things like that might still be a little bit locked up in things, but they're tired of the heartbreak, and they're tired of their wishes being unfulfilled. Like, whether this connection with their karmic has been really, really toxic, or just not what they wanted at all. They're recognizing, it's provided them with the contrast to recognize that they have hurt you and that you were what they wanted. And they're kind of not sure how to move forward on it. But what I'm going to say on this is, you know, go with your intuition on it. But a fair amount of them might be coming in a state of, well, they probably won't even tell you. Like, they're probably going to keep it to themselves if they think that it will create something. But they know that you know. They're very intuitive. They've learned a lot of their lessons, and some of them are going to know that union with you is healing, and even just in a physical way, and some of them are not. But if you don't feel opposed to it, and you're able to keep yourself connected to Spirit, then enjoy it. Enjoy what you get in there. Enjoy the contrast of that moment, especially if things have been slow. Let's see what this message is about. This Knight of Pentacles. Oh, right out there. Okay. What do we got? The Tower reversed. Yeah, not surprising. Oh, alright. So Tower reversed. 8 of Swords. 9 of Pentacles reversed. And the Page of Oysters. Yeah. They're probably going to tell you something about a karmic or a group of karmics that is trying to keep them stuck. It could be roommates, it could be the karmic has kids and or family members or people around, but they're creating distractions, they're creating delays, and they're playing on their anxieties. They're probably also going to just tell you that they're feeling nervous. but they're ready to plant a new seed, and they don't want you to be single anymore. They're worried that you're going to get scooped up at some point soon, and they're ready to be single and to meet you as an equal in it. But the tower situations that they've been trying to create, somehow either they need a little bit of a boost, which might be why they're coming in towards this, or they might just need some sort of communication from you. Either way, they're ready to turn those towers up, right? And let's see what this Wheel of Fortune is. It seems like spirit, and they're the kind of divine timing. It's it could be that they have, like, they've been stuck in a certain karmic lesson that they need to learn, that they, you know, for some of them it could be actually ending the situation with their word. Let's see, I got a bunch of cards that just fell out on the ground here. So 5 of Wands in reverse, which, yeah, drama. They're, well, let's see what the rest is we have here. And then the 6 of Wands and the Hierophant reversed. You know, I think what this is that Spirit's coming in and letting them know that, let's see, this is the order that it came in. I think I want just 1 or 2 more clarifiers. Oh, you know what? Let's just look on the bottom here. Yeah, so they're tired of the drama that's going on. They're still a bit in their egos, though. They're not quite connected to spirit, but they're getting there, especially through all this. And I think yeah, they're ready to manifest a new situation. They're almost comfortable with just just burning the old bridge, but I think that's kind of part of what this is about, is like they need to learn how to release a situation without being like king of jerks, you know, like even if the karmic brings in drama, they need to stand in their integrity. Yeah, they need to stand in their integrity and be mature and not, well, you know what? I mean, for some of them, it could be just a kind of allowing the drama to happen around them and allowing a new beginning to kind of occur on its own. I'm getting a sense for a fair amount of you, too, that are listening to this. You might be an earth sign, sun, moon, or rising sign. All right. I think I'm going to pull just a couple more cards here for... See, I'm kind of running low on time here in terms of battery life, but I'm going to do a quick shuffle here. And let's see, what are these fire signs, our babies of the spark? What are they going to be up to for today's full moon in Aquarius? They're kind of in exalted position. Oh wow, these ones just popped right out here. Okay, yeah. They're feeling impatient. And they're thinking about how much waiting they've had to do. They're thinking about how much waiting you've had to do, and they're ready to come back. But I think that a lot of them are recognizing that the spiritual journey that they've not been taking, the cup that they've not been taking, that they need to take. And Spirit is making it very obvious for them. So I think what you're probably going to see for the fire sign divine masculines, it's funny because this is them, is, well, you know what, there's going to be some sort of emotional communications. They're going to let you know either sometime today or maybe in the early hours or early part of tomorrow that they're done with their journey away from you, which is the journey in the karmic situation, and they're ready to take this journey with you. Please leave feedback below and let me know what of this resonates or happens for you. It definitely helps. Otherwise, have fun, and please come and check back on either tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to do some divine feminine check-ins, some good things to focus on while divine masculines are doing their thing. Otherwise, thank you so much.